Hi, audience. So, today we are going to be talking about one very important and popular course, which is undergraduation in economics. And especially if this economics gets combined with statistics and mathematics, that makes it a very, very powerful course. So, we have Shreya Shrivastav with us, who's doing her undergraduation in from Christ University in economics, mathematics, and statistics, and she's going to be talking us through her journey of this college and this course with triple major. So Shreya has also been involved in Bharatanatyam. She's passionate about reading. So this is a little introduction of Shreya. So welcome to Education View 360, Shreya.
Thank you for having me here.
So, Shreya, before I get on to the other questions, my first question to you is what is the eligibility for this course, and is there any competitive exam that you have to write to join this course or otherwise?
So when I started preparing for my undergrad, I was looking forward for different courses. When I came up to this course, that is the triple major in economics, maths, and stat, that we call EMS, we were the eligibility criteria that Christ University has was very simple, yet very up to the mark that they wanted us to be. It was a entrance test that we had to clear, which is a very common entrance test, where they will check our academics ability, which was based on our mathematics, our aptitude, how we actually show up, as what basic knowledge of maths and stats a student can have. So we had the eligibility criteria, which started off with the CUCAT test that we say. So I had to go through that test first, and after, once I've completed with the test, and I used to get a mail of completing it. Once I'm done with the test, my next round is of a presentation, then interview. So presentation actually includes, they'll be giving us, that is a part of the interview where they'll be giving me any other topic or any particular question that includes any particular topic about something, and I have to speak for 2 or 3 minutes, and they'll be checking up my speaking skills and how much knowledge I have about something and how confident about I am about my topic and what I'm speaking about. So that is there, and then after that, there's a normal personal interview that we take up, and the interviewer talks about my everything in the introduction, how I like the course and where did I get to know what, and how my personal schooling, what actually reflects and does it connect to my course that I'm doing currently. So these are the three basic steps, and then comes up with my 11th, 12th, and 10th marks that I've scored in my school, and all of that summed up with my cultural part also in school gives up the total score for my eligibility in this particular course.
Right. So I could see it very holistic process. So Shreya, since you mentioned CUET, did you take any coaching to prepare for this exam, or you did your own preparation?
No, ma'am. Actually, the thing was, after completing my boards, this COVID situation was there, and during the COVID situation, everything was locked, and we had a lockdown. So I had no other options of doing any course or extra coaching. So what I did was I went through the website of of our university, Christ University, and I asked. The thing was that my senior from my school, she is also in Christ University, Bangalore campus. So I took her help and asked about the exam, the same exam that she had gone through, and how did she prepare for it. So I basically I used to go through normal sample papers given on websites or net, or I used to practice my own maths book, basically, so that I could have a basic practice of whatever I have studied before.
Right. So, do you have any recommendation for our students in terms of books, that what books or websites you referred to for your self preparation?
Uh, there is, I particularly didn't go for any sites. I just had actually had no, first time I was appearing for the exam, so I had no knowledge about it. So I basically just typed for sample papers for CUCAT, and it's a CUCAT is a test that every college basically uh, gives up. And I have also been through other entrance tests in other colleges where I have given symbiosis, and then I was for other different colleges for St. Xavier's. They also have entrance tests, so they had the same tests. So for me, it was basically easy to go through one single test, but the questions were definitely different. So I looked for simple sample papers on net, and then I had my own ISC mathematics book, so which I have practiced.
Right. So, what subjects you had in your 12th standard, Shreya?
I had science with economics, that was PCM with economics.
Right, right. Okay, so Shreya, moving on to our next question is that how's this undergraduation in triple major different from double major, which usually is the trend in our country and most universities offer, and what advantages or disadvantages it has doing a triple major, if you could talk about
It's a very important question, I believe, because when I was looking up for courses or degree that I wanted to do, my major focus was of economics honors. I never thought of doing a triple major. So, but when I was going through different courses, through Christ University's curriculum about EMS was very different from what I have studied and looked for economics honors. So when we are particularly studying a single subject, we have the rigorous and a very thorough knowledge of only single subject. So when I compared, they also had economics honors, particularly Christ University. So I compared their single and the triple major courses and even the double majors. So what I understood was having only a single or a two subjects give you the only thorough knowledge of two subjects, where they give you the knowledge of only economics and how you can support the society, or you can support the field where economics is required. But when I got to know about EMS, when I was studying the economics, maths, and stats curriculum, I got to know how important both the other subjects, that is maths and stats, are very important for economics. Because when I was studying in 12th standard also, I used to study maths for economics, and stats was also there somewhere for economics. So I had a glimpse of how maths and stats is already important for economics. So while going through the curriculum, I got to know how important and how helpful it is, maths and stats is for economics. Because in even in masters, when you are studying or you're going for higher education, they there is a eligibility criteria compulsion of having maths at least or stats at least when you're coming up for economics as your major subject in masters. So it helps you a lot. Plus the plus point that I got from EMS was that even after completing my graduation, if I want to pursue any single subject, I could choose any three of them. If I am liking maths more, I could choose maths or stats or eco. And very interesting point that I got to know when I started studying EMS was, uh, I thought when I'll be studying EMS, it's a triple major course, so they'll be only focusing on the subjects. So when I'm studying EMS currently, I have this thing that they make us study the software programs as well. Like I study Python also, I study R programming. So these were very different programming languages that I never studied in 12th standard or 11th. But they started with a very basic knowledge of the software, which is very helpful for all the three subjects that I'm studying. So when I go for masters or for any job, I can also go for data analysis. I can go for data analytics in masters. So that was a very interesting topic because for me, Because you see, data analytics and data science is a very demanding field and a very new field coming up in the industry or in the fields right now. And we had this very good opportunity through EMS as students here, that we can pursue data analytics or data science also if we want to. So EMS basically broadens up our spectrum for pursuing any other course or any other field that we want to, be it in management or be in technical backgrounds or in particular theoretical academics purposes if we want to go. So it has helped us in all the three ways. So I think it's a very good part to focus on, where you have this three different courses to help you, and that too when in such a society, in a generation where we are, where there's a high competition. You need to have a very strong knowledge of what you're studying. So when you have a very strong and a knowledge and talent of what you are studying, with something very demanding in society, it helps you a lot, I believe.
Right, Shreya, you are right. Economics is definitely a very well demanded course, and statistics and mathematics definitely supplement to the course. So, a lot of students are generally intrigued by eligibility restriction that comes with economics honors, that the knowledge of previous knowledge of mathematics up to class 11th and 12th is a must. So, if a student has not studied mathematics at class 11th and 12th level, is it possible for a student to sign up for this course?
I don't have any particular knowledge about this, but what I can see is that in my class, where students of my courses, same courses, we have all are from different backgrounds. Basically, there are students from different science backgrounds, just like me. There are many students who didn't even have economics, and they had computers, but they are pursuing economics. And there are more of commerce students in my class. So, but what I have seen is the best part about having courses in Christ University, I've seen they start up with bridge courses first. So there is a 1 week, 1 or 2 week bridge courses where they brush up the concepts of 11th and 12th, so that you have at least basic knowledge of what you are going to start with. And what I really liked about the course was that in first semester we were only brushing up the 12th concepts of economics and maths and stats. So it's a very the eligibility criteria basically focus on, if you are pursuing for EMS or economics also, you need to have maths compulsorily. So if
Yes.
you have maths, because maths is a very major support for economics, because it includes economics, it includes maths a lot when we're studying economics. So that was the major eligibility and compulsion to have mathematics. And but I can see students who are studying in my class who didn't have economics, but going through bridge courses and taking help from us as well, who are from economics background, they could study and understand, because economics is a very interesting subject. When you start, it gives you a very real life knowledge about the world and what. Yes.
You're right. Shreya, what I had in mind was I wanted to ask you that what is your program? How do you address your program? Is it called BA EMS? How do you address it?
It is B.Sc EMS, that is Bachelor's of Sciences in Economics,
All right.
Mathematics, and
All
Statistics.
right. This should have been the first question, but nevertheless, it's always good to clarify. So, how good are the internships with this course or with other courses and placements also, if you could talk about?
So about internships, first I'll talk about internships. I have we in Christ University we have a compulsion of having one internship in second year. So it is compulsory for students to go through one internship in second year, so that in third by the end of second year, in the starting of third year, you have the knowledge of field work as well, because there is where rigorous knowledge of your particular subject will start in third year. So internships offers are like in different numbers and n numbers, I would say, because our placement cell has been since the day I joined Christ. after a month, I have been getting a number of internships opportunities from my university, which were all basically from every subject that I could require. I have been through subjects where uh, it was requiring only economics, or there were also subjects where they were internships where they were requiring data analytics, and they could what was the thing about having internships in like data analytics or economics analytics was that they didn't ask for a very high experience, because they knew that there are students who have just came up with this particular subject, and then they are going through the knowledge and understanding the subject very more. So it was more of a learn gaining and knowledge and learning experience where I could help do what my internship required me to, plus gaining the knowledge when what they are giving. So I had been through one internship which was basically about technical content writer. So it was in the internship was in Avishkar firm, which was about students, which was actually basically for students of the age of 6 to 12 or 14, where they have developed this software program which actually gives them this knowledge of programming knowledge, but it is through block programming. So when they do block programming, it's way more easy for them to understand. They just have to put colored blocks one after the other, and the other side of the cell forms up the program for them. So that it's because programming language is very difficult, but for it was very easy for the kids to understand. So I have worked there as a content writer, technical content writer, where I could go through the knowledge of whatever the programming was about, and then I had to write about it so that students could understand what they are doing actually. So I got my internship from my placement cells, and I also got a stipend from there. So that was a plus point for me, because I never expected of getting a stipend, because it was my first internship that I was doing. And but it was a really great experience. You get to know a lot about field work, how actually working in a firm looks like, and that too it was from online work from home, because we were going through pandemic that time. And so it was a work from home experience, so I could see how my brothers and sisters used to work, so I have experienced that. And the best part about the university was that going to internship, I had got a 3 hours buffer time from the university, where I had to only give 3 hours to the to the internship, and I was given this 3 hours buffer time from my university, and then only I could go for my other studies. So we have basically learned to balance the work life and our study academics life together when working. So it was a great experience. So internships are in a different end numbers when it comes to every field they offer. So uh, from everything, from a very basic knowledge. So I've seen students from my course who are interested in doing something related to social media also. So they wanted to explore their spectrum, their fields, whatever they had. So we had internship related to social medias, or a field work of volunteering in a very in an NGO. So we have got from every field we got internships. From my field as well, we have worked as a content writer to every other field. So it was a very great experience when working in internships gives you a lot of knowledge of what you're going through and what will you get afterwards. Talking about placements, placements have been in different numbers. I've seen my seniors going through placements and getting really good packages from different companies. And Christ has this basic uh, a spectrum of 1 month where they make students go through their placements. They start up with sending students different placements cells, different divided into placement cells groups, and then they get mails from different companies which offer them placements, and then they apply for the placements, and then so once it's like when you apply, so they look up for your academics, how your schooling was, and then how have you been through your 3 years or 4 years of in undergraduation. Then they call up you for interview, and then there are different interviews also. I've seen placements also, they have entrance tests. Different companies, they even take entrance tests. One of my senior went through an entrance test, and then she went for an interview. So it was very different experience for her as well. So placements are from different numbers. I can call, I've seen my seniors going through companies from Wipro, Deloitte, and from Genpact, and different companies which are from international companies as well from here. And they have been placed into very, very good cities as well. Someone is Mumbai, Bangalore, someone is going to Pune. So it is much more easier when you go through placements, and rather than looking up for jobs from outside.
Thank you, Shreya, for a very comprehensive and detailed insight. And I'm sure you'll end up at a very good place because it seems that you are in a very good course and in a very good university. So, all the best for your future endeavors, Shreya, and thanks once
Thank
more.
you.
And for our students, please stay tuned. We are going to get you more such videos which would help you make future career decisions.